Hey guys, what's up? This is your man Larentay from Guts to Rise Above. Welcome back, guys. Hope we're having a pimp-tastic, swag out there so far, and that it's been productive. But in today's video, guys, I'm going to talk to you about something that I think is really important that happens to a lot of people. But there's a few people that are lucky not to have this happen to them. And what I'm going to talk about is injuries and pretty much how to train with injuries and around the injury that you end up possibly getting in your fitness and health lifestyle. Because if you're not the rare individual who's just indestructible, you're probably gonna end up getting hurt at one point uh, in your life while working out. And uh, when you get hurt, it's a horrible experience, horrible feeling. That a part of your body's been injured, and you can't use it to its full potential anymore. You're limited on certain things that you can do, and pretty much you got to be real careful with that injury. And some injuries can be life changing. They can pretty much stop you from doing a lot of things, or just you have that nagging pain that comes and goes, or comes when you start working out that part of your body. It's annoying. You know, and it's just something. If you get one of those injuries, it's something that you just have to deal with, and just take things to help with the pain. Do certain exercises to help with it, to help break up the scar tissue and stuff like that. It's just something you have to deal with, and but pretty much this video is going to be dealing with training around injuries, guys. So, when you get an injury, of course, it's important to make sure that you have the injury heal back at optimal peak, or as best as it can, by seeing the doctor or somebody that specializes in that part of the body that can help you. And it's important to make sure you do everything you possibly can to help speed up the injury, speed up the recovery, to where you don't build up any scar tissue, lose range of motions in that part of your body is injured, or whatever. It's very critical. But during that time, it's important that you keep working out if you possibly can. Find a way to train around that injury, because I see this with a lot of people. When people get injured, they stop working out. They feel like since they have an injury, they shouldn't be working out. They shouldn't be doing anything. So what they end up doing is they end up sitting around the house, the apartment, and pretty much they stop being physically active like they used to be because of that injury. And of course, there's going to be certain situations where you have an injury and you can't do anything. But for most cases, you might have an injury, but you're still going to be able to do things. But the thing is, and this is men and women, I notice, the man or woman stops working out completely. So pretty much they sit around the majority of the day, or just they're not really active at all, watching TV, watching movies, and while they're watching TVs and movies and all this stuff, they're still eating the same amount of calories, the same amount of calories that they were eating when they were active. And when they're active, they're able to burn off those calories to where they wouldn't gain any weight, or just be able to maintain their weight. But in this case, they stop being active and they're still eating the same amount of calories. So slowly over time, they end up gaining weight. And gaining weight is a deadly silent creeper, because you can't see it. You can't see it, and when you finally see it, it's too late. You find that you've gained 10 to 40 pounds or more. You're just thinking, the person's thinking, how did this happen? And it's like a ninja creeping up on you. That's what fat gain's like. That's how I look at it. And they end up wondering, how did I gain all this weight? And they end up talking to a guy like me, and I end up being honest with them. I'm like, well, what were you doing? I mean, while you were injured? Were you still Were you still physically active? And Corey still telling me, no, I wasn't. No, all right. So then I would say, so what did you do while you were injured? Well, I watched a lot of TV, ate chips, popcorn, stuff like this, and yeah, so I did. Well, bingo. That's the answer. You ate more than you could burn off, and you slowly gain weight, and that's why you're often in the predicament that you're in. Of course, I don't say that, but I say something along those lines. And then the man or woman have to go on this fighting battle to lose the weight to where they could have been active if they could have done they could still exercise with the injury. They could have found ways to exercise around the injury and kept the weight off, and still be able to burn a certain amount of calories to where they wouldn't gain an exponential amount of weight. And I'll tell you from my experience, I've gotten injuries in my shoulders, and yeah, just in my shoulders, and one injury in my hamstring on my left side, on my left leg. And the first time I hurt my shoulders was back when I was 20. I was doing a lot of supersets, and I just don't have the body to be able to handle that amount of volume in my shoulders. And I ended up hurting myself. Well, let's take that back to my high school years. Back when I was 15, going into my sophomore year, I started learning how to do powerlifting exercises, and I was doing a power clean, learning how to do power cleans, and I didn't do it the right way. The first or second set, and I ended up injuring my left shoulder. It wasn't to the point where I could still use it, but I ended up having a nagging injury in that shoulder. I think I got both of my shoulders. So that's how I accumulated. That's how I got my first injury in my shoulders. But I still found ways. But I still worked out. I still used my shoulders to where I still worked out. I'm still able to do exercises with my shoulders. Of course, if I did a certain amount of volume, or if I didn't rest long enough, my shoulders would start throbbing and aching. So I found a way to deal with the shoulder problems by doing heavier reps and not as many sets, or just taking longer rest periods so my shoulders can recuperate from the exercise that I was doing. And then fast forward to age 24. I was bench pressing one day, and using this weird bar. Like the bar came out like this, and then it bowed in, and then it bowed up like this, and then it came back out. So pretty much, when you bench press with the bar could go past your chest. It's pretty much like a barbell. There's a barbell that allows you to get a deep stretch, like when you're using dumbbells. And I didn't probably warm up, and I thought I could just go into like I could previously when I was younger, back when I was in my early, back when I was 20, 21, 22. In that case, it wasn't, and I paid a price for it. I paid the price, and I ended up injuring my shoulder. It popped. I was in immediate pain. I hurried up and racked the bar. I got up. I was in shock. I was scared. And I got up and I just disappeared out of the gym. That within the first 10 minutes of being there, I just got up and I left. Thankfully, it wasn't an injury that required me to have surgery, but it was painful. I think I strained my shoulder really bad back when I was 24. I strained it really bad, and for a while I couldn't bench press heavy for a while. I had to take it easy and find ways to work around the injury. Pretty much I couldn't use any heavy dumbbells or heavy weight on the barbells, but I still found ways to still train my chest by doing push-ups, angling my arms, shoulders at certain angles to where it would take a lot of pressure off the left shoulder. So I found a way around that. And And then fast forward to this year, back in July, I was wrestling around with an acquaintance, and if you're a wrestler, I got him down on the ground where he's flattened out, and I used a hammerlock on him, pretty much where you pretty much pull the arm out from underneath him, and you bend it, you pull it across the arm like this across the back with the arm bent, and then you stretch it across to where you're able to put your half in on and pin them. And I did that, but while wrestling, my adrenaline was going, but after it wore off, the pain just hit me, and jeez, it was so painful. Like, I really strained my right shoulder. It was bad. I strained it off to where the pec next to the deltoid, right here in this area, and it was painful. I couldn't raise it. I could raise it to about right here, but then after once I got it right here, it was so painful that I couldn't raise it anymore. And it was like that for 2 or 3 days, to where I could just barely raise it, And geez, it was horrible. I couldn't do any pull-ups, wide grip pull-ups. I couldn't bench press. I couldn't do push-ups. I couldn't do any pressing movements, but I could still do pulling movements, or find different ways to train around where, like, I could use the pull down machine while using it, and it wouldn't aggravate the injury in my shoulder. So I pretty much used my brain to figure out how to train around the area until it healed. And of course, I did the things that I needed to do to rehabilitate myself. I didn't go see a doctor. I should have, but I didn't. So don't be like me and not see a doctor. But me being who I am, I wanted to fix it, and I did. I took a lot of cold showers. I did exercises to strengthen the area, to help increase the blood flow to where it could heal the area as best as it possibly could. I would massage the area with my hands. I did everything I possibly could to make sure it would come back to 100%. And thank God, that I'm such a fortunate guy that it healed properly as best as it could, and now I can do pull-ups again, push-ups, muscle-ups, pretty much anything that involves pushing movement. So pretty much, guys, the point of this is, when you get an injury, and if you can train around it, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to gain weight. You're going to get weaker too. Your muscles are going to atrophy from a lack of use. You're not using muscles. Your body's like, oh well. Your body thinks, oh, since we're not working out, we don't need these muscles. So your muscles slowly start to waste away because it's not that the same demand and stress being placed on them when you were active. So fine. So if you get an injury, again, keep working out. Go for walks, go for jogs if you can. Find ways to train around an injury with weights. Do different use the machines if you have to. If the machines help with help you with being able to work out, use the machines, because using the machines compared to body weight training or barbell training is totally different things. They hit the body in different ways, and sometimes when you use a different form of exercise, whereas on a machine, body weight, or it hits the muscle differently to where it's not placing the same amount of stress if you were trying to do it like I said, I was trying to do pull-ups with my body weight, but I couldn't do it. But when I got on a machine, it didn't aggravate the area. It's crazy how that works, but it's just something about the machine or weights that place the stress in the bone or area or ligament or tendon to where it might not hurt anymore, or you might not feel it. So, find ways to work out if you can. Find ways to still be physically active to where you're able to maintain your weight, to keep the calories, keep the fat off, and still keep your body strong as possible during your recovery period. Because if you don't, not only are you going to gain weight, lose muscle mass, but you're gonna lose your discipline of being able to go to the gym or just work out. Period. You're gonna lose the consistency. You're gonna become possibly down on yourself, or even worse, depressed because of the injury. and it can just there's a lot of negative consequences that can happen if you don't keep if you don't find ways to train around the injury and work out and be active, you know. And it's not worth it if you can prevent it. You know, why go through all that and make life that much more hard on yourself when you can just do the things that you need to do to help stop that from ever happening, you know. Of course, depending on who you are, easier said than done. If you don't have the discipline or the mental toughness, then you're gonna have some problems. But you know, hopefully, if you're somebody watching this video, that you take this to heart. You know, when you get injury, of course, go see a doctor. Find the best ways that you can possibly recover from the injury. Do things on your own, but you know, work and still stay active. That's pretty much the point of this video. Just stay active if you get injured, or if you get an injury. Stay active as possible, and you won't have to go through the painful period, painful agony after recovery of having 20 to 40 pounds or more weight on your body, weaker, sad, depressed, and so forth. Okay, but guys, I believe that's it. I feel like I'm going on a rant now, so you know, I hope you take this to heart on what I'm saying, because it will save you a lot of future pain. Okay, and you know, in my case, I knew that I needed to stay active and do something about the injury. I just knew I had to do something about it, and I couldn't just be sedentary. Okay, so anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, as always. You know, especially and also the people who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me that you've found my videos or one helpful and helpful information that it could benefit you. So anyway, guys, if you, like I said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and make sure you like my Facebook page. But guys, that's it. Again, thank you for watching, and I'm your man Larentay from Blessed to Rise Above. Until next time, bye.